Hi again. So we're back on the MDS calendar, and this time we're in August, and I want to show you how to faux emboss, how to make something look like you've embossed it. You obviously can't feel that it's embossed, you just want it to look as though it's embossed. So in August I put these faux embossed flowers and leaves onto the page to remind you of this. But perhaps the best way to show you how to faux emboss would be to use a wood grain stamp, because we do have the wood grain embossing folder. So if you hold on a second, I'm going to give myself a blank palette, and now I'm going to colour this white just now. There we go, it's white. So then I go to find the stamp that I want to have embossed, the fake embossing, and I want the wood again, so I want the wood grain, and I have that one. I'm going to apply and then click close, and the stamp will come up black. So there's the wood grain stamp in black. Now what I do is I change the colour to the same as my background, and in this case it's white. It might take a few seconds for my colour palette to come up. Here we go, it's white. Now when I click OK, you can see then that white on white, you can't see the wood grain at all. But what I do now is I take the drop shadow, and I'm going to move the drop shadow 0, 0, so it's just right underneath the stamp. And then I'm going to take the opacity up slightly to somewhere between 50 and 75. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on my screen. I don't like it to be very blurry, so I'm going to take it down to about a -3. I'm going to leave it on black, but you could change it. And then I hit OK, and you'll see that it looks like I've actually embossed. And that's how you do faux embossing. The next page I'm going to do is September, and September page was to show you can have the digital version of the designer paper that you have traditionally, and this paper is Fanfare. I love this paper. If you put the actual paper onto a piece of 5 1/4 by 7, whatever size this calendar is, this Eiffel Tower is not going to be this size. So what I did is I put in a punch, I put in the square punch, here we go, and I made the square punch the whole size of my page, and then I put in paper fill. If you go over to your design center, and I selected flat Fanfare, and as I go down I can see which papers are which, and this is the page I want. Click OK, and this brings up my designer paper in my punch, but it's the wrong place. What you do is you double click on it, and then you can move your designer paper anywhere within the punch, and you can zoom in or zoom out. So this lets you choose which part of your designer paper you want on your page, and it also allows you to enlarge your paper and minimize the paper according to the size of your punch, which you can't do traditionally, so it gives you an extra bonus of being able to do it in a digital format. So here is how I created that page, and then I just put the calendar onto the top of it. I'm going to delete this layer. This page is just a piece of designer paper with a punch and then the calendar over it. I didn't do anything else. Simple, effective. The next video we're going to do October and do a little Halloween punch art.